Hi everyone, welcome to this weekly market update. So, as usual, we'll be going through what happens on last Friday, last week, and on coming weeks, things to watch out for. And before I step in, before I talk about it, please remember to follow and like my Facebook page, my YouTube link, and also join me on my public Telegram group so I can share with you guys anywhere, anytime when I find interesting news or things to watch out for. So let's start for this coming week, right? We can see that what happened on last week. The stock actually faced another turbulence weeks. Basically, it's very volatile market. We can see that the market start off on a Monday where the market actually crashes down on around 600 plus point, if I'm not wrong, on Monday itself, and then the market actually come back on the last 4 trading days. So what happened on the market itself from the chart basis, we'll come to this later on. So let's talk about what is coming up for things to watch out for next week as well before we recap, right? So like I say, it's a big volatile market. So things to watch out for this coming week on the news itself, on the Fed for this coming week. Our chairman, Jerome Powell, is going to talk again. So this time round, right, I think it's the main focus is on the tapering, right? On the tapering when will they start taper on the bond purchase, and also Congress must actually address the appropriations of the bills in the coming week uh, before the government shut down by next Friday. So this is the things that what is coming up, what is happening as well, and not just only that. On the China side, we can see that everyone is paying close attention to this Chinese developer, Evergrande. All right. So right now, if let's say we will be talking about the chart itself for people who are risk taker, may want to take 1% or 0.1% of their portfolio to gamble on this kind of shares. They just there for the thrill on, but it's not wiseable on trading. All right, it's not wiseable on trading. But if let's say you don't mind, the risk reward is really huge. All right, because right now whether the PBOC will step in to help them, because they are actually owning 300 billions of debts for Evergrande, right? And also, Chinese also mentions before the week end, they also mentions to step in on the cryptocurrency. All right, they also step in to mentions about the cryptocurrency that's caused the Bitcoin to come down as well. So we'll be watching on it on on a chart basis later. All right, so this is what coming up for this coming week. All right, so this is what happened. So the US could run out of cash to pay its bills as early as October 15th. All right, the analyst said lah. So this thing is not the first time. All right, it's not the first time. I think US government has shut down because of they haven't passed through. All right, their the bill haven't passed through. They cannot make the payment to the government person. So it's not the first time. So right now they are running out of cash again. So basically, I think it's quite just a repeated history. Definitely they will pass it through. All right. It's just that what is the amount, when will they pay? Once it's passed through, right, it might result in some good news to the market. But ultimately, who is going to pay the bill? Correct. Who's going to pay the bill? They will issue more bonds purchase for the market people to buy. All right. So I mean, not people to buy, for the bank, this kind of people to buy on it. All right. So we will see when will it pass. Otherwise, it will shut down. US government, I think they shut down before, and then once the bill passed, then they reopen again. So this is the things to watch out for the coming week. Not only that, if let's say you believe virus is finished, we are coming to the end of the years, people will start to travel. Just nice, US actually travel bans to be lifted for vaccinated persons. All right, so this actually brings some uh, some reactions to the airline sector as well, not just airline, to the cruise as well. And one of the sector that we mentioned, Airbnb, we'll look at it, is performing very well based on what I recommended since then, right? All right, so if you have been following my video, you should pick one or two from there, and hopefully you have benefited, hopefully you have been profited from here as well. Next, this is what I mentioned. So China is cracking down on the crypto again. So what does it actually mean, and how does it affect the US crypto investor? I mean, if you want, you guys can just Google on it. So basically, right, I can read here and there. Right now, I think when China is trying to step in on this crypto, right, to say that all the activities is illegal, we kind of like know that because Chinese people in China, they couldn't bring the money out of their country. All right, so a lot of people is actually participating on this Bitcoin purchasing, correct or not? So right now they make it illegal. So I think it's mainly for China to track and to see who is the richest, who hold the cryptocurrency, all this and that. So they try to crack down on the space, on in this space. All right, but the thing is that it's nothing new from China. It's nothing new. There has been Bitcoin previously as well lah. So how hard will they actually step into it? Just be cautious of your portfolio. If let's say you're holding a Bitcoin, all right, you might want to um reduce your exposure as well until this get more clear. All right. Is that a new thing? Like I say, is a new thing. They target Bitcoin in 2013, and right now they come into it again. So I believe you have been reading on China a lot of things like um they're stepping on those kind of industry sector, even for those medias, those artists, those high pay earners. They just disappeared from this industry. All right, so I think they are just trying to catch people who are rich lah. Maybe they are avoiding tax or what, but right now, or they try to monopolize their market because they actually motivate people to go for their digital yen and the currency bank digital currency. You see, so I'm not sure how will it going to be for cryptocurrency for Bitcoin going forward with China stepping in. But right now, if let's say China is not really the one that using crypto, most people is not using it. It's more on the US side. So I think impact in US wise, I think like what you say over here from this guy, the main repercussion of China crypto crackdown for US investor that it could impact the market volatility. But I think after all, right, it did mention that crypto expert worry more about the regulation in US than in China lah. So it depends how you look at it. All right. So this is what happened for the coming week and what happened on last week as well. So last week, right? I did not mention on my last video. I think I forget about it on the last Friday. Previously, there's actually a breakdown of 100-day moving average. 100-day moving average. It caused a huge volatility. It's because of this thing, quadruple witching. All right, that's why it caused a lot of market movement last Friday, and then the market breakdown. That is why on the 12th September, I shared once if the 100-day moving average break, we may see further retracement to 200-day. In fact, it broke. All right, in fact, it broke. So I think I mentioned this on my last video, or I didn't because I didn't write on it. So it broke on the 100-day moving average. This is what I written previously when I shared. I tend not to delete away what I wrote lah. So it's also as a reminder for what I have analyzed. All right, so it actually broke below and then it jumped 600 point on Monday itself, near to the first support area which I mentioned, 33,500, and then it bounced back. All right, right now it's being resisted. We are paying close attention. Will it successfully break above? All right, this 35,000. All right, this 35,000 and which coincide with the 40 days moving average. If let's say it break above, there is have a strength to continue. Otherwise, this might be the first huge block for it to come down again. All right, so it might become like that. Okay, so these 200 days, if let's say it give way, then we can see the next support level at 32,000. All right, or maybe just in between 32,800. All right, as long as this line, all right, this 200 days moving average support break, and there we go. All right, you may see a bigger drop. All right, you can also draw from here to connect all the way. All right, you can see first support, second support, here is the third support. All right, if let's say 200-day giveaway, there's a lot of reason that you will go further. All right, so this is what my view on Dow Jones. Right now, we are looking closely. Will it cross 40-day moving average? If it cross, then it might have a higher chance, higher probability that it may continue. All right, it might be due to the good news that the bill has passed through. There's no lockdown on the government. They can able to pay the salary. That might actually give the volatility in the market to go higher. Otherwise, it should be resisted, and then we shall see the next support area again. So this is my view for Dow Jones. All right, before we go to the individual counter, we will be looking at this bond. Have not been touching on bond since then. So for bond wise, right, we can see I mentioned on 25th July. Wow, times pass. So 25th July, I mentioned what did I write? Like I say, I will recap for myself as well, right? So what did I wrote here? I say that interesting level. It could touch the 50% Fibo. 25th July will be here, somewhere here, right? So I draw a Fibonacci in between. Then I say that the price I'm looking for, the 200 days to catch up. It didn't. It bounced back, but eventually it fall. So I'm looking for the 50% Fibonacci. Can you see? Just nice the price at the 50% Fibonacci. So this is what I draw since then. All right, I did not touch on it. I just come back and review and recap where is US 10-year treasury. Where does it stand right now? So the price break above the support area, $1.42. Right now we are going to see will it hike further upside or not. To me, this is kind of like bullish candle. I think there's more likely that it will go higher. Depend on what the Fed will going to be do lah. I mean, on technical perspective, I would like to see more on the downside candlestick before I determine a downside. Otherwise, I'll just remain bullish, all right with the trend. So in the minor trend, we might actually hit 150, 156. All right, these two key level, just to take note. All right, so that's the view on bond. All right, so okay, so that's the view of bond. Next, we will go into counter by counter basis. Just to recap, okay, for oil, right? I mentioned on my last video, if you manage to catch it, congrats on you. 12 September. Uh, all right, well, weaken oil demand. I think this is a week before video. All right, I draw a resistance, I draw a support. I say that right now, price is hovering around here. All right, will the Delta virus COVID cases spike affect the demand of oil or not? That is what I mentioned. All right, look back at my video, in the YouTube channel, so you can play back. All right, I think I mentioned here, it is at a critical part. So if let's say it break above, right, highly charges it will go high. Break below, then we'll resume this channel. So it broke up, retrace back. Right now, go back. All right. So where will be oil? Where are we looking at oil at this point of time? We will be seeing that the price might recover back to 76.55, the intermediate high. All right, since quite long ago, right? Wow. Okay, so it have retouches twice, 18 and 21. So will it recover back or not? I think if let's say airline is going to open up, we need oil. Demand is required. I mean the demand is there. Oil is definitely a must. So right now is how whether the OPEC will play on the news or not, whether they will say oil is currently expensive. If let's say they want to increase or the inventory is too much, then oil might drop. But ultimately, on the perspective of the chart, right, we can see that it most likely that you will go back to 76.55. All right, so this is what my view. We'll just stick to 76.55. All right, I'm not going to write the comment here. I will do it after the video. After all, if not, I will spend times writing the video. All right, so next counter, we'll be looking at Airbnb, just like I mentioned, right? Let's recap how Airbnb performs. So Airbnb, 29 August, wow, today is September, all right? It's almost a month. All right, I say break 169, 170, eventually break above 170, now 175. All right, so all these eventually, can you see there's a mirror image? If you watch carefully, this is the mirror image. So we go back. All right, so eventually it's around here. Okay, it touches. So congrats if you have hold. Otherwise, continue to hold. All right, trade with the trend, right with the trend. Okay, where is the next target area? If let's say you want to use a Fibo, you can just put there. So it crosses the 50% mark, and we are looking at a 61.8%. It might be around 185. All right, 180, 185 will be the next target level since this broke off. Okay, so that's my view for Airbnb. Next, we will be looking into, all right, Coinbase. I've mentioned Coinbase previously. All right, Coinbase has been a lot of volatility, speculation on the news itself. Right now, eventually the price break below the trend. All right, trading below the trend. Ultimately, I say that my stop loss first resistance turn support is 255. Let's say. All right, so I didn't mention over here. So right now, um the price we continue to hold 300, but in the meantime, right, before you go to 300, right, 294 300 will still be our first resistance level. Right now, this does not play. All right, this does not play. So the for Coinbase itself, right, is still actually trending sideways because right now eventually the news just announced from the China side, we will not know how badly will cryptocurrency performs for the upcoming week. Alright, so we will be looking into the cryptocurrency chart after this. We will determine from there. Alright, so if let's say $200 didn't give way, the all-time low is 210 around here, by just round figure 200. If 200 didn't give way, then we are still at a sideways trend for Coinbase. Okay, so that is my view. Let's go into Bitcoin since we are talking about it. So for Bitcoin chart, right? Okay, so this is what I mentioned. Just nice that Fibo level 50%. All right, this line is a 50% Fibonacci. Let me just draw over so you guys can see clearly. Okay, so Fibonacci 50% touches, rebound back, resisted. Right now, it's just hovering between the 38 to 61.8%. Eventually, with the bad news right now over the weekend, I think there's because it's weekend, trading volume might not be huge. So right now, is the market is just ding donging here and there. We will see where we head to. All right, so the next support area will be at this level, 37,000 around there. All right, breaking above 48,000 will be a very good news for cryptocurrency to continue bullish. And then it might write off what happened on the China news. All right, so right now let people digest the news first. All right, so that's my take for Bitcoin. Just trading sideways. Yes, it might be look like lower high, lower high, lower of the previous low. All right, this is the sign of downtrend, right? But if let's say you look, because Bitcoin is very volatile, so you look at the bigger picture, based on the Fibo, I would like to see minor support forming at 38% before it actually retraces back. All right, this, if let's say market is sideways, ignore the moving average. All right, this moving average don't seems like a significant support here. All right, it may break below with the news, right, with the Chinese news. So let's see how the market react. This before PLTR. So next will be Palantir's PLTR. So right now, it's still trading within what we have drawn, still within the range itself. So break 28, our next target is 31. Slowly, monitoring on Palantir. If let's say you are on these stocks, continue to hold on. There is no sign of turning bearish because it's still being supported by this yellow uptrend line, right? So it's still being supported. So 31 will still be our next target area. Next thing will be on Caterpillar. I mentioned on last video as well. All right, so 19 September, yeah, that's what I mentioned. Break below, just nice. We have no chance. The market, when it opened on Monday, it gapped down. So if you never entered, then just miss this opportunity. I hope people don't chase here, right? Because if gap down, our first target area is 186 and it touches on the second day. The profit is not that much. All right, hopefully you did not chase. Ultimately, Caterpillar still on the downtrend, even though it bounced back. We must see that it clear this first resisted area first. All right, if it never clear upward, never clear all the moving average, there's a lot of resistance along the way. So right now, I'm still on the downside. I still believe on the downside for Caterpillar. All right, so next on the, oh my God, there's a lot. All right, for airline, this week there's a lot, right? Okay, for airline, right, 18 July, I said that we are eyeing for 35. The price go to 37, that low. It didn't come to this area. All right, it's being supported by 37. Can you see supported once? Let's draw the line here. Okay, can you see that? Supported, 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 and then it bounced back from here. So right now, it's showing some good sign for the past few days. I think before the news announced, there might be insider or whoever that believe that it might bounce back actually bought into these shares. Please do not chase when the market open on Monday itself. All right, the market tend to have some pullback. So if you want, you can wait for some pullback and show some support over this area. All right, over this area, then you can consider to go in. All right, wait for the price to pull back, form some support, then we enter. All right, so this is the area we are looking at, around $40. All right, so that's for airline. So lastly, today I want to share one last counter is QuantumScape. All right, QuantumScape, this is the EV battery maker. All right, so you can see a good support forming around $20. All right, just a raw figure, make it a $20. So there's volume came in on last week, Thursday, Friday, they closed the market, right? So what causes the good news is that I think they have signed a new with new automaker, uh, going to provide car battery, right? EV is the the battery maker for the EV car, right? So there's some good news with a good volume. All right, so right now they clear off the two moving average, which is the 40 days and the 100 days. This is the 200 days. So we are looking for the price to bounce back. Where are we looking at? You can draw the Fibo that we determine. All right, if let's say 45 is the first 26%, is two above, you can just draw in between, which is there's a minor support turn resistance. We are looking at $32 first. Once it cleared, then we see the next level. All right, do not chase the market. If you want, you wait for some pullback. Otherwise, if let's say you worried that the boat might just write off, put your stop loss below 20, 19. Once it's break below, then it might go even lower. All right, it will break this uptrend. All right, so that's all for this week sharing. Hopefully you guys uh, like my video. Oh yeah, last but not least is on the evergreen. All right, Evergrande. All right, so people who would like to risk, I don't support on this, but people who like to risk, I'll be talking to my colleagues that day. So it has been dropping crazily. Correct, it has been dropping crazy. Right now, it's at the price of $2. All right, cheap might get cheaper. Think of that. Cheap might get cheaper. Volume came in on the Thursday itself. All right, volume came in on the Thursday itself. Market up 70%. The next day dropped 11%. All right, so if you want, you can put this as a minimal mini support, $2. All right, this is just a risk. This is just a risk. $2. Once it broke, please just sell. All right, do not hold and pray if you want to risk. Hold on to it. Wait for the white knight to come in, which the PBOC. If let's say they're able to come in, this will jump eventually. We are looking for the first 40 days moving average, or maybe you can go into 20 days. But I think 40 days will be more significant because 20 day, all right, 20-day you can look is around $3 plus. It did try on the Thursday itself. Eventually it go to $3 I think. Let's see, the high is $3. Yes, $3. So if let's say you are more aggressive, you can try $2 is your stop loss. You can go for $3.34. All right, this is what on speculation wise. This is purely on speculation wise. Just hopefully that the white knight will come in. If you want, you can go into it. Otherwise, $2 break, please give way. Okay, so that's all for this week mini market update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.